Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel, Jala Sun Tarot. My name is Kimberly, and super excited for you guys to be here today. If you've been here before, thank you so much for your continued love and support. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, so we are talking about a no contact situation today. I feel like I haven't done this in a while, and I know some of you are dealing with whatever it is as far as no contact. It could be long term, it could be recent, regardless of whatever connection you might find yourself in with this person. At this point in time, you're not talking to this person. So, we're going to figure out what their thoughts and feelings are for you guys at this time. What's going on right now with how they feel, what they're thinking, if they even are thinking of you or and feeling anything for you. We're going to figure that out together, guys. Okay. This is typically a tougher reading just because I know for a no contact situation, it could be really tough. Some of you could be really uh, in a challenging mode right now where this is not easy for you. Some of you might be a little bit not too attached. So, regardless of where you are, hopefully, this sounds like you're reading, and if it is, let's get started. So, we are going to use the same tarot deck for each of the piles today. We have Disney's Villains Tarot deck for all of the readings. I decided to use a different crystal to help you decide. So, for group one, ooh, we have this piece of selenite. Pile one, this piece of selenite. Pile two, we have this pink chalcedony. All right, so the pink chalcedony for pile two or group two. For group three, we have the clear quartz pointed tower. So the clear quartz tower for group three. All right, guys, I hope this doesn't make it tough. Usually I have a different tarot deck, but I decided to use the Disney's villains just because it felt right. So that being said, feel free to pause if you need a moment. And again, as a disclaimer, hopefully you're ready to receive the messages. I'm not sure what's coming through today. So I just wanted to give you that heads up that if you are in a sensitive state, then it might be better for you to press pause and return to this at a later time. But for those of you that are ready, I will meet you at your reading. Bye, guys. Hey, Pile One, welcome to your reading today. If you chose this selenite, which I just love this piece, I'm going to be honest. So we're going to put it on top of the selenite. Then you're at the right place. So we're using Disney Villains Tarot. And just to get serious for a moment, a no contact situation could be really hard, really tough. So I'm not sure where you are in this no contact, whether it's been a while, if it's someone you broke up with, or if it's a spiritual connection where separation is kind of part of the package. Regardless, we're going to tune in not on the circumstances, more so on the specific thoughts and feelings that this person is currently dealing with right now, or not. They may not be thinking about you, or they might. It could be a tough reading, is the point. So hopefully you are ready to receive the messages today. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit, as always, for coming through for the collective, especially for today's reading with the no contact situation. because we're tapping into that energy currently, Spirit, of what this person on pile one's mind in this no context situation, how are they thinking and feeling right now when it comes to pile one? Are they thinking about pile one? Do they have feelings? What do we need to see? So we have the Empress in the reversal, which is card number 3. And it's our first card. It's a major arcana, Taurus energy. We have the Moon, another major arcana. And the Moon energy is Cancer, but Pisces specifically. And this is card number 18. Gosh, I noticed this earlier. 2 of Swords in the reversal. Spirit, what is this person's thoughts and feelings? Okay. Well, looks, not sure if this wanted to be in the reverse. Both of them came up. I wasn't expecting it. Jeez. Okay, we're just going to take it upright. So we have the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. This feels, it could be more recent. Those of you that chose this pile, it feels like it could be a breakup. Something that felt permanent but may not be. Technically, I'm not sure. This person is going through it. I will say that. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords coming through. We have the 10 of Cups coming through with the Moon. Get the rest of our cards so we can see the big picture. So we have the 8 of Cups in the reversal coming through for the 2 of Swords in the reverse. 9 of Cups. Okay. The Hermit in reverse. So I'm going to be honest, guys. This feels as though this person and you, it feels more recent. I am getting the energy that this person is at a stage where they want to release and move forward and to gain some sort of self-fulfillment in some way, self-love that they might be working on. And which makes sense because it could be part of the healing process, especially if you guys broke up. So one of the things that I'm getting is it feels as though there may have been some sort of painful, it feels like a painful ending. I'm getting a lot of sadness. This person has thoughts that are keeping them from, I don't know, I would even say a little bit of self-fulfillment, which is what they're seeking right now. They're trying to move on faster, I should say, but it feels as though their energy is really down in the dumps. So I kind of want to start over here because that's what we were talking about already. So we have the 3 of Swords and it came out with the 5 of Cups. This feels very fresh in a way. And now if this has been a while since you and this person haven't had contact, I do believe that this person is still going through it. They feel hurt. They feel it feels as though they're getting swallowed by their own emotions, their own sadness. I'm getting hurt feelings as well. And with it coming up with the 9 of Cups, it's as though that's where this person is aiming their attention toward. You know, you see Ursula taking control of, is that Ursula? It could be Poseidon. No, I think it's Ursula because you see, for those of you that know the Little Mermaid, you see the octopus. So it's Ursula who stole the trident from Poseidon. A little bit of a betrayal I'm getting. And I feel as though this person is seeking some sort of comfort, self-love, on their own, or at least away from you. They may not be on their own, and we'll get to that. Well, actually, let's get to it now. I see the Hermit in the reversal. It's as though this person is trying to fast forward their healing and throw themselves into situations where they are forced to be okay. You know, they may go to work, for example, they may hang out with friends. I feel as though they're not really getting that reflective time to themselves. And I think, if anything, it's keeping them from gaining a different, better perspective. Okay. Now, I want to go over here to talk about the hurt feelings. We got the Ten of Swords with the Empress. I'm not sure who did the hurt. It could be mutual, where both of you, this ended in a way that was painful for both of you. But Ten of Swords does give a little bit of that betrayal energy. Now, if you're coming through as the Empress, that could be your energy is blocked at this point, or this person feels as though they don't have access to your energy at all. And I will say, with the swords stuck in the sand, and we're getting the Two of Swords with the Hanged Man in the reverse, it does feel where this person is refusing to see a different angle. So a lot of their thoughts are stuck on what already has happened. But the thing is about this person is, I'm not getting that they're learning anything from this separation or no contact right now. Right now they're breathing in this hurt, this pain. But I almost I feel as though they're thinking about you in this as well, where they may see you, like, as though they would be faced with 10 swords coming at them if you were to communicate with them. I'm getting that they may think that you're still hurt or betrayed in some way by maybe their own actions. Regardless, though, what they're thinking and feeling, it is creating some sadness. It is creating some heartbreak for this person, regardless of whether or not they are seeing or a different perspective, or learning the lesson, if there was a lesson to be learned. I do believe that a lot of their emotions they're keeping buried, they're keeping secret, they're keeping hidden. I do believe that they do have feelings for you. I'm getting that with the Ten of Cups and the Moon. They may not have expressed this to you, but I do feel as though they see a future with you, or they see the possibility or the potential of what a future would look like if you were a part of it. And I think that's what's keeping them from moving on officially. We got the Eight of Cups in the reverse. It's as though they are on the fence, where at this point they're forcing themselves to move on. It could be in the form of them socializing, saying yes and hanging out with friends, going to the bars, going to a party. It could look like that in reality in 3D. But I believe that part of them is still feeling that pain from this separation or this no contact. It does feel recent too. I'm going to be honest, for a lot of you, I think this could, I'm getting, I would even say a couple of weeks for some of you, where this feels more recent. But for those of you that it's been a while since you've spoken to this person, and it's building, whether it's building in strength or not, this person is stuck on the hurt feelings. I want to see why. I want to see why the Ten of Cups and the Moon is here. I want to make sure, because I do feel that they're having a hard time letting you go because of the potential that they've envisioned. It could be illusory, meaning that their fantasies about what it would look like to be with you in the future. But but what else could you tell us, Spirit? Why is the Moon and the Ten of Cups? Six of Wands, but there hasn't been success in the 3D. I feel like there's been maybe a lot of disappointments. And for some of you, it could feel like backstabbing in some way. I'm wondering what that's about. Let's see. Ten of Swords, Spirit. What is this about? Okay, Three of Coins. I would even say working together, fixing things, creating a solution, working as a team. I feel as though that's where the challenge is right now. It could feel a little bit of, and I think, I'm going to be honest, guys, I do feel as though this person might see you as not wanting anything to do with bringing in some sort of, I would even say, gosh, friendship came to mind, but again, like just some sort of friendly communication between the both of you. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take of energy. Someone is blocked. And I do feel as though it's feeling like a betrayal, whether it's for you or this person. We got the Ace of Cups now coming in at the bottom. And whether there's a fresh start or not, I want to get into the Oracle now, but guys, I feel as though currently this person is feeling very nostalgic, but also just it's coming from a place of pain and hurt, and they're trying to shove it aside. So that's kind of what's going on with this person right now. I feel as though they're not, when someone doesn't want to go through the healing, it's going to take twice as long. And people heal differently. Someone might go through the whole healing process and be single for a while and, develop their own sense of fulfillment, their own self-love, and figure that stuff out. And other people, they will rush into a rebound, or they might, and that might be you. There's no judgment. Again, it depends on how a person is healing, but it also depends on what happened in the connection, right? So I feel as though this person, for whatever reason, is stuck in limbo because they're not wanting to face the hurt, the pain that they're feeling. Instead, they are focusing on I feel like it's cheap thrills came to mind, but not even just cheap thrills, like distractions. And it might not be with other people, but I'm getting more of a social imagery in my mind. But I do, like when you think about Ursula, she doesn't win. The bad guy, the villain never wins, right? And it does come with a lot of, that happy ending, that feeling of sacrifice. I'm wondering if something's being sacrificed in this connection. Because, gosh, do I want one more card? Sorry, guys, before we get into it, and I did shuffle that, I wanted to get, let's get one more for the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Because to me, it feels like this person is just living in illusory. Knight of Cups in the reversal. Maybe unsure of how they feel emotionally towards you, because right now the pain is replacing any sort of love, maybe. But then we got the King of Cups. That feeling of them not taking action, yet they're still holding on. Again, it feels like they're stuck in limbo. Knight of Wands. And they might be in that state where it looks like they're moving on, socializing, living their best life, but it might not be reality. Or I should say their inner world isn't adding up to the outer world right now, guys. They might be out of balance. All right, I shuffled one last time. For the Heart's Hidden Secret, Spirit, what do we need to see? How is this person thinking and feeling in this no contact? Get one more. Family. You guys could have a shared, For those of you, this could be a big breakup. You could have mutual friends, family. This person could look at you as family or think of you as family. We got trapped, possibilities, finality, divine masculine. So the finality comes with the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, guys. So it could be, it could feel like a permanent end. Regardless whether it's permanent or not, that could shift, in the future. But today, what we're talking about is this person's current thoughts and emotions. So, what I think, even if it is a permanent ending, this person might be a little stuck. They're in limbo or purgatory, I would say, that feeling of not being able to move forward, but forcing themselves to move forward with their actions, but it's not really aligning with how they feel inside. They haven't healed properly. Again, this could feel very fresh, but if it's been a while since you spoke to this person, that could be why it feels fresh, because this person never really took the time to heal. We got divine masculine possibilities. I do feel as though, I don't want to take that off the table. Possibilities, you can't rule anything out. You never know, right? In the future. But I feel as though this person might think of you in in a way where they also see themselves being their higher self when it comes to you. I mean, your energy is coming up as the Empress, whether you're male or female. That is pretty powerful energy. And they do put you on a pedestal, perhaps. And they put you on the pedestal, but now you might be blocked to them. And that could be keeping them stuck too. But regardless, they may feel as though they need to be in their own divine in some way, which is what they could be working on. I do think that they think there's possibilities in the future. And, we did get that earlier with the 10 of cups and the 9 of cups. Like they want to work in cultivating their own self-love, which isn't really working right now. But I do feel as though they're living in that those visions of the future with you in it. So it's a little bit of a stuck energy, because even if it does feel permanent, this person doesn't feel it's permanent, or they may not be admitting that to themselves right now, which is why they feel a little trapped. However, I do feel as though, and we're going to get that more detail from the romance angels, you know what do we need to see with romance angels, with their thoughts and feelings, spirit? Because it does feel as though, I don't know if is this over or not. I'm not sure. This person, though, feels that there might be some possibilities in the far future. I wouldn't say the near future, because right now it is giving a little bit of a permanency. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe you guys won't come. This might be the end. There might not be a future with this person, but again, energy shifts, it changes. It's really up to you on what you decide. If this person does come back, I'm not getting that energy though, if they're coming back. If anything, I feel as though they are walking down a path of trying to build their independence again, but something is keeping them in limbo. It could be hard, guys. And if you're feeling it too, I'm sorry, Helen. I hope you're okay. What are their thoughts and feelings? Romance angels, what do we need to see? Some of you, this could feel like a spiritual connection in some way. We got the past life relationship, whether it's soulmate or twin energy or karmic. It could be a person that you needed to learn lessons with in all of your lifetimes. don't be so attached to the label. But regardless, there might be a little bit of lessons that need to be learned from this connection. We're getting playfulness and chemistry. So, this person could miss that. This person might really feel that chemistry with you. And regardless of like the mutual chemistry, the playful energy that you and this person might have shared, it still feels as though there was a breakup for a reason. There was a no contact for a reason. Release your ex could mean, oh my God, and we have new love right after that. So release your ex could be where this person might consider you the ex that they need to release. Okay, that could be for some of them. This could also be energy that they've never released, which could have interfered with your connection presently with this person. So this could be history, but take it as it fits. Okay, I want to get our messages. So we are using Roses in Love to see if there's any specific messages they would communicate with you. If this is a permanent ending, guys, let me know. I mean, for those of you that you don't want this to end, I'm not sure if right now is the right time for you guys to heal this. But let's see if there's anything else that we could see through Spirit. Spirit, thank you so much. What messages, if anything, would Pile 1 want to say, Pile 1, the person on Pile 1's mind, would want to say to our Pile 1 Spirit in this no contact? Bottom of the deck, I became numb because I refused to take accountability for my behavior. That feels aligned in some of the energy that we've been talking about and feeling. Like, I feel as though this could be where it currently is. Like they're trying to make their emotions numb. They're hiding it. They're burying it. They might be socializing or trying to do things to distract themselves from whatever it is that they need to feel. And it is heavy. So I could see them. I understand why people would not want to feel that, but at the same time, you can't run from how you feel, especially in this type of situation. Or if it was a breakup, I'm getting it's a breakup for the majority of you guys because of the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. It feels as though this person just didn't take ownership in some way. That could be where the feeling of betrayal and hurt is coming through as well. We have, I miss the way I feel when I'm around you. I could see that with the chemistry, the playfulness, you coming through as the Empress. Like, it just feels as though they do have regrets. I can't imagine a life without you. And that makes sense because what they are envisioning with when they think of you is the 10 of Cups. So it might be very difficult to think of this as a permanent end. So if you're wondering if they think it's permanent, I feel like yes, but also no, because they're not really letting go. If anything, they're keeping themselves stuck. I can't keep pretending that I'm okay without you. Without you, it feels very similar. So, yeah, guys, is this person going to move forward? I might do an intention reading this week as well, so stay tuned. But that's the unknown right now. Are they focused on their feelings for you? No, they're not. They're running from their feelings, but in a way, Pal One, it's like making it even worse for them. Because when they do have those feelings, it's coming through strongly. It's like you're never really gone from their mind, even when they're trying to distract themselves. It's painfully, it's like a painful trapped. That's really what it is. They feel trapped. And you've done a number on them, I will say, Pal One. So I'm not sure what type of connection this was, but they can't let it go right now. And I'm wondering if you feel the same or if you feel this is permanent. Either way, I know I'm saying permanent a lot for you guys, but that's just the energy I'm getting. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution expression. We're getting your advice right now. Spirit, what else do I need to see? Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Everything is working out divinely. This might be divinely guided in some way for your higher good, Pal One. And you have a strong spirit team looking after you. I also think they're reminding you that you don't have to stay hidden. You don't have to perform, but just show up in your authentic self, whether that is to communicate or not with this person, or to even just like be present on social media to show up and express and to message your friends and comment on other people's posts. Like whatever that means for you, share your voice. Let's get one more, Spirit. Mirror. What, who or what is triggering you? Could be this person, obviously. And it could be mutual, warrior woman at the bottom, or have you answered your deepest calling? Don't forget your warrior spirit, whether you're male or female. You are a warrior at heart. Spirit is saying you are stronger than you realize. And whatever this no contact is, especially if it's a breakup, you're going to be okay. If you are getting triggered, make sure that you pinpoint what those triggers are. I'm getting some of you might want to journal. That could be a form of expression to release whatever it is that you're holding on to. Regardless, guys, I hope you're doing okay. I hope this made sense. And whatever is going on in this no contact situation between you and this person, I love you guys. I hope everything is turns out well for you, regardless if you are with this person or not. And just remember that everything's going to be okay, and you have the divine always to go to if you need. Okay. That being said, hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the pink Chalcedony, then you're at the right place. I hope I pronounced that right. So let's get serious because we are talking about a no contact situation. Now, this could be as simple as you're waiting for them to message you back, or you could legit be in a breakup or a separation of some kind. Regardless of whatever the no contact situation is about, we're tuning into the energy of this person and figuring out, are they thinking about you? And if so, what are they thinking about? What are their feelings right now when it comes to you as well? So that's a lot to cover. So let's get into it. Spirit, thank you so much for coming through as always for the collective energy. With light and love, may the best messages come through for pile 2 in this no contact situation. Let's see. All right, no contact. That could be hard. I'm not sure what your energy is right now, but if you are going through it, I'm sorry. But maybe you're not. So let's see. This person's thoughts and feelings right now, Spirit. Pile 2. Person probably is thinking about. In this no contact, what do we need to see, Spirit? So we have the Five of Coins coming through, which could also be Five of Pentacles. We have the Magician, our first major arcana, card number 1, Virgo energy. We have the Knight of Wands. Interesting. Judgment, card number 20. Wow. This is Libra energy. Knight of Wands, that feels like Leo energy. Okay, let's see. And then we're going to get into it. Why is the Five of Coins here, Spirit? We got the Page of Cups. We have the Six of Cups in the reversal coming through for the Magician. Interesting. The Two of Coins. And here it is, the Three of Swords. Okay. Wow. Temperance at the bottom of the deck, which usually comes out with Judgment. So, another major arcana at the bottom of the deck. Temperance is card number 14, Sagittarius energy. I feel as though in this no contact situation, this person might be thinking about things that have already gone down between the both of you. I do feel like this person is coming through with sound judgment. It's as though they are in reflective mode. If this was a breakup, this feels like a long-term separation of some kind, or it could be a painful, this feels like breakup energy. That could be painful. So this person could be going through some pain, feeling the heartbreak, in other words, and it's coming through with judgment. I feel like in this pain, in this heartbreak, that's where they're getting some profound clarity is coming through. They might be also balancing a lot of, their emotions. It could have scared them off in some way, because we're getting a little bit of that breadcrumb energy with the Five of Pentacles. Someone may not have been matching that Page of Cups. Page of Cups feels like flirty energy, feels like a new beginning. It's exciting, it's fun. Could be like going on dates with someone. It could feel like beginner energy, but it also could represent where the maturity level is between in this connection or with this person. I feel as though it may have been one-sided in some way. We got the Five of Pentacles. It feels a little bit like abandonment. Look at that imagery. It just feels so desolate, sad, depressing. And that's what the Five of Pentacles could feel like, being left out in the dark, being left out in the cold. So if someone was moving forward in a flirty way or offering some sort of love offer, someone else was not returning that energy. Okay? It feels a little bit like there was an imbalance. Now, you and this person could have a lot of history with this person. Could be someone that you've been on and off again with in a cycle in some way. Could be someone you've known for a long time, maybe part of childhood in some way. If that doesn't resonate, then it does feel like a cycle. It feels like someone's energy is a little bit more attached than another person's energy. So this feels a little lopsided. But I do feel like with this disconnect, this breakup, this no contact, this person is coming to terms with what they were bringing to the situation. I do feel like there is a mutual attraction. I do feel like this person has chemistry. They feel the chemistry when it comes to you. I'm not sure if they're feeling emotions. That's what might be where the disconnect is. I feel as though with the Two of Pentacles coming through as well with the Knight of Wands, it's giving the energy of balance where someone's emotions could have been a little bit more aggressive than the other person's. So whether that's you or this person, take the energy as it fits. I do feel like this person is thinking about it. What they're feeling too is, a little bit of overwhelm. They do feel passion for you, and I feel like at times it could overwhelm them, which could lead for them to want to balance this in some way. Now, the magician being here, I think is pretty interesting, coming up with the Six of Cups. I want to get a clarifier for that because message I'm getting is this person might have all the resources, the tools, but for some reason they're keeping it, um they're not making that offer. It could feel a little bit manipulative in some way, this energy. And that could be, it's almost like, if someone's breadcrumbing you and keeping you there, like a placeholder. Gosh, that sounds awful, doesn't it? But I feel as though this person, let's clarify. And what I mean by placeholder, I'm not sure if you understand what that means, but it's like someone that keeps you on the back burner, but knows they may not be the one. I'm wondering if this person's energy is keeping you attached in some way. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. That doesn't sound cool. Let's see. Why is the magician in the Six of Cups here, Spirit? What do we need to see? King of Wands in the reverse. Okay. With Temperance again. Balancing physical passion. This person, for example, oh man, this is hard to say, guys. Okay. And if it doesn't, don't force this to fit, but I'm getting, if there is a physical connection that you had with this person may have kept you because of that physical connection. But I'm not sure if they have emotions for you. And I feel like that's the judgment call that's being made. That's what they're thinking about. And whatever this no contact is, was this only physical? Someone may have been putting in emotions and it feels like it felt a little one sided. And someone else could have only been moving forward in only a physical way. And someone could have been confused by that or misled. Gosh. All right, let's see. Why is the Three of Swords here, Spirit, and Judgment? The Devil. Attachment. I'm feeling this strong attachment. And I'm wondering if it's like that addictive. Let's see. Now we got to get a clarifier for the Devil, guys. And then we'll move on to Oracle. But Spirit, why is the Devil here? Nine of Wands. That addiction to the chase, that runner chaser dynamic. I feel as though this person thrives in that type of energy, perhaps. They might know what they're doing and they're being conscious. There might have been a lot of challenges, and it feels as though wounded energy is emerging from this. I'm wondering if that's your energy right now. If you are not feeling wounded or abandoned in any way, this could be what this person is feeling. And now it could also be mutual, but I'm getting more so that they're thinking and reflecting upon how you might be feeling for them, which does feel a little addictive. They might know that you've. Now, again, if this doesn't relate, if this doesn't sound like you, this might not be a reading, but I feel as though this person sees you as being attached to them. And let's get one more though, the Devil's Spirit, and then we'll move on. Seven of Cups in the reversal. It does feel overwhelming. It's almost as though they might see, they might really reflect on the fact that you're not even considering other options. You might really be focusing in on them, and they know that. They see it. At least that's what they think. So even in this no contact, I feel as though they still know that your energy is still facing in their direction. And that could be very well true. You are here for a reading. And no judgment on that. But I would, if you feel like you've been overdoing it and hyper focusing on this person, especially if there's no contact, I do think that, good advice would be to take a step back. Keep things a little bit more hidden. Now we got the high priestess coming in at the bottom of the deck energy. They may feel as though you too, you are a good catch, that you are a beautiful package, and they know what they're doing, and I feel like they're doing it in a very sneaky way. And again, that could be why there is now a no contact, a breakup, if you will, if you decided that enough is enough. But again, if they think that you are still attached to them, and if that's not the case, but yeah, that's what they're thinking, guys. They do feel that that you might come off as someone that is having a hard time releasing them. And you might be still trying to flirt or message, and they might not be showing up in that same energy. But whether you're taking the hint or not, I'm not sure. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, if these are tough messages to hear today. Let's see what else we could see. If you click off, I understand. Okay. But we do have some oracle. I want to see there anything else we could see as far as their thoughts and feelings, because they're doing a lot of reflection on what your energy is. And yes, they do have passion for you, but not getting too much emotions right now, guys. All right, so we have open heart, beauty, there's the passion, time, and finality. Wow, this came out again with the Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, divine masculine. This feels as though they know you're coming toward them with an open heart, and they may not be ready for that, guys. I'm going to be honest. Regardless of whether they're ready or not, they do view you as such a beautiful soul, inside and out. You're very kind-hearted and you're very gracious with them, even them that's not really putting forth the effort that they should be putting forth. I think cycles make sense with the Six of Cups. You've spent a lot of time in this connection, I feel. And this person is kind of in this cycle with you, but it's also as though if you decided to leave, they would leave. But gosh, what am I trying to say? I feel as though they are, if you randomly text them, for example, they may show up and then they might disappear again. Like there's no consistency, but they will show up every time you show up. But then it kind of goes back to square one, which might be where the cycle is. And I feel something about this energy. There's been some sort of release in some way, where now this person is reflecting on what the energy was. So, geez, they are very attracted to you physically. I don't know if they're attracted to you in other ways, but we're getting a lot of strong physical, and that could just be this person's energy where they lead with their passion as opposed to leading with their soul or their heart. But that's not your problem to solve. How to. Let's see. Romance, angel, spirit. What else do we need to see with this person? How is this person feeling? What are their thoughts? Gosh, attraction. You deserve love and getting to know each other. Bottom of the deck energy, let go of control issues. This feels aligned in the sense where the attraction makes sense with beauty. I feel as though they obviously get turned on by you. Okay? And I think that's why they still communicate. Even though it's breadcrumbs, it almost feels like breadcrumbs. I think the let go of control issues could be where they may see you a little bit more attached to outcome. Because I don't think this person is. No, it could be. They could also be addicted and a little obsessed, but it's almost as though they're looking at you in this way. Okay, guys? I'm just being honest. And I also feel like they know that you deserve love. They might be thinking that, like, I'm not the right person for pile two, but I'm still gonna participate in whatever this is because I think pile two is gorgeous, handsome, whether you're male or female. But I do think deep down they know that they're not doing you justice and they know that you deserve love. Getting to know each other could have been the initial, communication where now it might be a little bit pulling teeth, where it remained at surface level. And the minute they felt you getting a little bit more deep, they could have started pulling away. And, again, guys, this might be a message for you to wake up a little bit. This is tough love now, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but that this might not be your person. You deserve the best. You deserve 100%. Breadcrumbing is not good enough for you, Is this person going to change? I don't know. But I'm also not getting too much emotions from this person. So let's see. If there's any messages in Roses in Love, maybe we could get some emotions. How this person feels on any other thoughts. Like, what would they want to say to you? What would they want to say to you? I miss the feeling of your body on mine. Gosh. There's the physical aspect again. This person can't stop focusing on that. That's what they want, guys. I'm just being honest. I am going through a dark night of the soul and need space. They could be figuring things out, though. They could see and be conscious of what they're doing, but that doesn't mean they necessarily want to change what they're doing. But they might be recognizing that their actions could hurt, especially if there now is a breakup or no contact between the both of you. I really fumbled you, and now I'm paying the price. We have, my biggest regret is not telling you how I really feel. And it could be that they may not even know because it's not even coming up in the reading, guys. We're getting a lot of that passion, but how they really feel, it's staying a secret. You don't realize how perfect you are to me. You could be, gosh, their perfect match. You look, in their eyes, you might have the perfect body, the perfect image for them. You turn them on, let's say that. And I feel as though that might be as far as it goes with this person. That might be it, guys. I'm not sure. I don't know who this person is, and I'm not sure what other things you've shared with this person. And for some of you, it might not even have been physical with this person. And if that's the case, that's kind of where this person is focused on, regardless. Okay? So let's get your advice. I'm curious. I know that's hard to hear. And I don't want to tell you what to do, right? It's not my business to tell you what to do. And sometimes you need to learn the hard way. I mean, I've had to learn the hard way that, if someone is not interested, they're going to make it obvious. And it's whether or not you want to believe them, Because if a person is interested, they are going to be consistent. They are going to show up. They are going to want to peel back the layers of who you truly are, pal, too, not just in a physical way. It's going to be all the ways, And if this person can't do that for you, don't put them on a pedestal, would be my advice. All right, Spirit, what is the advice? What is Spirit's advice? Thank you so much. We need to see. Mirror. Like this one wants to come up. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. If you need to communicate with this person what you want from them, that's up to you. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Guys, I feel like we just got these cards. That's interesting. Sending the light, laying foundations, divine plan. This is all divinely guided. If this person is triggering you, or if you do have that addiction, that obsession, that attachment, you got to be honest with yourself. If this is making you upset to hear, then it's going to continue to trigger you, focusing on this person. It's never a good idea to hyper focus on anyone. So if that's not what's triggering you, try to pinpoint what does make you feel uneasy. Because that's where the healing begins. Now, that's where we're going to leave your reading again, guys. I hope this made sense. I hope that you learned something in some way. And I really wish you the best, honestly, with this energy. Whether this is the person for you or not, it's not for me to say. But again, just make sure that you know that you are worthy of gold. Stay golden, guys. I love you guys. And hopefully I'll see you again. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Claire Quartz Tower, Pointed Tower, then you're at the right place. So let's get into your reading today. We are asking about this person on your mind in this no contact situation. What's going on? What are their thoughts and feelings for you right now? If they have any thoughts or feelings for you, we're going to see what they are. Regardless of whatever type of no contact this is, if it's a breakup, a separation, even if you're waiting for this person to text you back, whatever this no contact is, how is this person thinking? What are they thinking and feeling? Okay, so that's kind of what we're getting into. I want to make sure that you are in the right state to receive these messages, guys. Hope you're comfortable as well. Thank you so much, Spirit, as always, for coming through for the energy. For our group 3. Okay. Spirit, what do we need to see today as far as this person's thoughts and feelings right now for our group 3 in this no contact situation? Spirit, what do we need to see? So we have the 6 of Wands as our first card. We got the 10 of coins in the reversal, the 9 of cups upright, ooh, the 4 of swords in the reverse. Interesting. All right, I want to get the big picture, guys. Spirit, their thoughts and feelings for pile 3 right now. What do we need to see? We got the 5 of swords, another 5 of coins in the reverse with the 10 of coins. Okay. The Hermit. Card number 9. Is this our first major? It is. We have our first major, guys. It's the Hermit card. And this is interesting because it's being clarified by the 9 of cups. So 2 nines. It's pretty, we'll get there, but it feels like a solo journey right now, which makes sense if we're talking about a no contact. We have 9 of coins in the reverse. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 6 of cups in the reverse. So this person and you might have, I don't even think this is an action. This may not be someone you've been in a relationship with. I am getting that we have death coming in after that with the 3 of swords. Interesting. 3 of swords is coming through in all of the readings. So for some of you, this could be a breakup, but I think for the majority of you, this is going to be someone that really didn't develop a relationship yet with. There's been a lot of challenges. The first thing I'm getting is there's been a lot of interference getting in the way of success in this connection. I feel as though with 6 of wands coming through with the 5 of swords, it feels like there's conflict. Something is delaying the positive outcome between the both of you, which makes sense if we're talking about a no contact. Well, I'm probably going to get some clarifiers of what type of conflicts there are that's getting in the way. But with it coming through with the 5 of coins right next door, 2 fives, it's feeling as though there's been some conflict with it could be commitment. The fives in tarot feel very it could represent the Hierophant. And that to me feels serious, something that is a little bit more important. Now, we only got one major arcana. That's not to say that this connection isn't important or serious, but I think that's kind of where it's underdeveloped in that department. I feel as though with the 5 of coins, that's feeling a little bit, it could be for some of you, someone abandoning the connection before it even began. It could be that someone sabotaged the connection, even that could lead to an important future. I'm also getting a message that for some, there could be some sort of professional or career or finance conflict interfering in this connection as well, where this person that's thinking about you, because are they thinking about you? I believe it's yes and no. Okay, and we're gonna get into that in a moment. But with the 10 of coins, I feel like a lot of their focus might be in fixing whatever it is they need to resolve for their own future, for their own security. They could have lost a job, for example. They could feel as though they don't have finances. They're not ready to date or to solidify this. They might be focusing more on self development on a solo journey, like I mentioned before. This person is also coming through in hermit energy with the 9 of cups. It's a feeling of someone that is keeping to themselves. They might be they might not even be dating, guys. Like there might not be anyone else in their energetic field. Regardless, though, I think what they are focused on is gaining some sort of self reliance. And I'm also getting the term self importance. Something about their, for some of them, something about their job or career is keeping them stuck in a lack of confidence in a certain way. And I think that's what they're trying to rebuild. And they want to do this, or they are doing this independently. So that is where their focus is, their thoughts and their feelings. Now, when it comes to you, I do feel as though when you do cross their mind, a lot of it is them circling back to what they are dealing with in their personal, professional life, which could be delaying the success that you and this person are seeing as far as connection goes. This person and you could also have some history. You might know this person for a while. It could be a cycle that you've been with this person. It could also be like someone you've been crushing on and off, where it never really solidified into a relationship. But at this point, it's kind of, it might not be breadcrumbs, but I feel like it's being held by a fine line. Like it's a short string I'm hearing before it dissolves altogether. So I do feel like there is still a connection between you guys, but right now this person's thoughts and focus is on other areas, is on self. We also got the 9 of coins. So we got three nines: coins, cups, and the hermit. And this is coming in the reversal. So again, with the 10 of coins in the reverse, with the 9 of coins in reverse, this person might really be struggling right now. And it feels like stability. It's almost that feeling of like they aren't able to provide stability if they can't even provide it for themselves. And I think that is what they are working on. I'm also getting that they are taking action steps. They're done reflecting. And the action steps that they are taking is solo. They are, like I said, they're focused on their bag. They're focused on figuring things out. I want to make sure there's nothing else though. Are they, so that's the thing. Are they thinking about you? I don't think that they're focused on you right now, guys. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm getting more so that they are focused on their own, whatever's going on in their own world. I want to see if we could get a little bit more detail on that, or if there's anything else that comes up before we get into the oracle. Because with the oracle, maybe we could get a more so on how they are currently feeling about you that we're not really picking up in the tarot right now. So, Spirit, why is the 5 of Swords here? What is this conflict, the challenges that's keeping this pile 3 in a successful connection with this person? What's the conflict? I'm going to take it upright. 10 of Cups. Something about the future, something about the long game, the long term is there's a conflict. Let's get one more card. The Knight of Coins in the reverse. This person is not ready, guys. I think that they are lacking some sort of comfort or stability in their professional, career, or personal life right now. That's what they're mainly focused on. Another 5 of Wands. And again, that does feel like more. It's not necessarily has to be conflict. It could also feel like a challenge. Like they're struggling a little bit. They're trying to figure it out. And it's taking place they're determined. I'm getting the feeling that they are determined. They are taking action steps. And if you do cross their mind, they know that this is what's keeping them from success with you. Okay? I want to get into the oracle because I want to see if we could get any feelings or any other thoughts, because this person is preoccupied right now, guys. And you might be feeling it. For example, for some of you, if you're dating this person and they might be a little bit distant, I don't think they're doing that on purpose to make you upset. It's because they just are busy. Legit. And I don't always pick up on this type of energy, guys, but I am getting that this person is going through some sort of difficulty. in their finance or professional world. Let's see if there's anything else, Spirit, with the Oracle in this no contact situation for pile three. What do we need to see? Is this person thinking or feeling, or I should ask, Spirit, what is this person thinking and feeling for pile three? What do we need to see that we're not seeing? Peace, heart fog, they're popping out. Nourish, curse. We're getting another pumpkin. Is that or an apple? I don't know what that is. It looks like a pumpkin a little bit. Kind of like a candle too at the top. The the connection I'm making though is it's like they're trying to turn some type of bad situation or bad luck in their mind. It could feel like a curse into something a little bit more fulfilling, nourishing. Nourish is coming over the Nine of Cups with the Hermit. Whatever it is that they're working on, guys, it's in order for them to feel more stable and consistent in their own world. Now, heart fog is coming through, and that could be because of the distractions, because of the mental clutter that's going on. I feel like they are trying to figure out how to clear the clutter, their mind clutter. It could feel very noisy, especially if they're dealing with a lot of challenges in their professional. Because again, nowadays you it's hard to be in between jobs or not knowing what the next step is in your career. And maybe they do know what the next step is, but regardless, they came across some sort of bad luck, or it almost feels like a tower moment that they dealt with. We are getting chemistry and depth, family underneath that. I do, and fantasy, loyalty. I do feel as though, even though it's clear, guys, right now in this moment, and again, energy could change a few days from now. It could change tonight. Whenever it is you come across this reading, energy is very fluid and it flows very naturally. Is this person going to come through and evolve in this energy? I think so. I mean, I really do think they're dedicating whatever it is that's going on in their life to balance themselves, to get more self fulfillment, to feel that strength, that security, that stability. So that Knight of Coins in reverse feels as though someone is still not ready, but that's what they're trying to work on, being ready. I am getting a feeling that they do view you with, they know that there is a connection. They know that there is an attraction, a mutual spark, a lot of passion I'm getting, but it's being dimmed down because again, their focus is on other areas. Okay. But yeah, they do know. And I think I am getting a message that they wish that they could just enjoy the connection and get deep and to really consider the future. But it's hard for them to do that right now, guys, if they're not even secure on their own. And, whether I feel like they're trying to get in their divine. And I feel like this energy is they're going to get there, but they're going through a hard time in the present moment. And whether they're sharing this with you or not, if there is obviously there's no contact. I'm not sure what type of no contact this is. I'm getting for the majority of you, this is one of those things where it might be hot, cold, a little bit. I wouldn't even say runner chaser. It's just that this person is busy. They're not consciously trying to play games with you. I think it's, if you're wondering, like, why didn't they text me back? It's been 2 days. It's been 3 days. Because this person needs to pay bills. They need to figure that out. And I know that sounds, it's not an excuse. It's more so where, in their mind, it's as though if they can't fix this or figure it out, they are not going to be able to start a relationship, which is where the heart fog is coming. You might be getting mixed signals from them as well. Like, are they into me? Why do they keep bread? It feels like breadcrumb. It feels as though they keep disappearing. They're not being consistent. If you're getting that type of energy, just know they're not trying to hurt you. And again, I'm not trying to make any excuses for this person. Now, whether this is the right person for you, you need to be able to use your own discernment. If you're wanting someone that's going to give you 100% right now, it's not going to be this person right now. They have a lot going on in their world. Okay. And like I said, I don't think they're dating. I don't think there's anyone else that's interfering. It's feeling like business, it's feeling like they're lacking. They might even be in a lack mindset, which, gosh, is the opposite of the growth mindset type of energy. And that is the first thing they might be trying to figure out with peace, self growth, self focus, self soul finding. So, again, a lot of self. We got 3 9s and we got nourish. So, keep this in mind, guys. Now, that being said, let's see what using the romance angels. I'm curious to see what spirit wants to give to us as far as more detail with thoughts and feelings, because this might give us an idea of like how they view you in a romantic way. So let's see, spirit. What do we need to see? What's going on with this person? How do they feel? Okay. Make the effort. And that's probably what the challenge is right now. They might not be making the effort. Now, if we're talking about what they're thinking and feeling, that could be something that they're thinking about. Like, I need to make the effort. I'm going to lose pile 3, especially if it's now in a no contact situation. The more days that pass, they might be thinking like, do I even make the effort? Has it been too long? So I feel like that's kind of where the conflict is with this person. Trust. Worth waiting for. Keep an open mind. Wow. Now, if this doesn't sound like your person, it could be you that's dealing with professional or career goals. So take the energy as it fits, guys. But that's kind of what I'm feeling, like worth the wait. Keep an open mind. Trust. Make the effort. It's like that feeling of them having hope that things are going to turn around. And I'm going to be honest, whether you like to hear this or not, guys. And I would never be in a waiting state of mind. But they might be hoping, like in those moments where you do cross their mind, that you're going to wait for them, that you'll still be there. And they're putting a lot of faith and trust in that. So whether it's accurate or not. Now, as far as the no waiting, like, listen, the energy of waiting around for someone is not the way, guys. I'm going to be honest. You still have to live your life. Cloud, sorry guys, hang on one second. Cloudy, go baby. All right, that was my cat Cloud was messing with the wires. So gosh, it's always Cloud. He always does it. I lost my train of thought. But we will get back to it if it comes back. Gosh. I'm wondering if this person too, when you do cross their mind, it's like that feeling of, I just hope I'm worth it for pile 3. Okay, now I remember. I was talking about the energy of waiting. You never want to be in that energy, right? It doesn't feel good. And then you're keeping yourself closed from other people, from other energy. Even if you don't have to date others. For example, the idea of being single and independent, that doesn't mean you're waiting for someone. Okay, so keep that in mind. But I do feel as though, to bring it back to this person, that's what they're hoping. They're hoping that you will be open to them when the time is right. They're hoping that when they do make the effort, you will be on the receiving end in a positive way. Okay? So let's see what messages come through. We're using the Roses in Love Oracle. Spirit, what would group 3, the person on pile three's mind, what would they say to pile 3? What are some of their thoughts, feelings? What can we see with these messages, Spirit? Let's get more. Oh, look at that. I miss us. I'm feeling a strong energy that something about you brings them comfort, security, and safety. I do feel like part of what they envision is having that beautiful future with someone, i.e. you. But right now they're working on it. I'm afraid you will forget about me, but I wouldn't blame you. But guess what? They don't want you to forget. They want you to wait around for them. Are there or I should say, because that sounds really bogus, I should say that they're hoping that you will still be open. You know, they would want you to keep an open mind. But one of their fears when you do cross their mind could be that you might not receive them when they come around, when they're ready. The hard part too is if you are trying to be consistent and message this person and this person's being hot cold, I think that's kind of also what they're thinking about. Like, did I damage this? Did I? And that's the frustration that this person is feeling a little bit, where they couldn't avoid it. I think they're working a lot, but they feel like they're not getting ahead. But again, that could be changing for them. I can't keep going on without you. I miss us. I can't keep going on. I feel as though you're the only one I see. And I agree. I feel like there's loyalty in this person's feelings and thoughts towards you, even if you're not consistently or constantly on their mind. But when they do circle back, when they do have those moments where they are able to or think about the future, think about you, they envision a happy ending. They envision success. But right now, they're just seeing a lot of challenges invading that type of success. So I hope these messages made sense, guys. Let me know if it resonates with your current situation. I'm wondering, what you think about this person, Is this someone that you are going to wait around for or be open to if they come around in a few months? And that's the thing. Will this person come back in? I'm not sure. But that's what they're hoping. That's what they're putting their trust in. And they know that it starts with them. They're the ones that are going to have to make the effort, guys. Okay? So let's get into your advice. Spirit, what does our group 3 need to see with this energy, Spirit? What can we leave group 3 with? With advice. With work your light. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I had to pause real quick because Cloud Strife, he's being a little naughty. He was on the screen. There's a beautiful breeze coming in. Okay, hang on, baby. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Spirit, what's our advice for pile 3? Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? I'm getting a strong message of some of you might be very good in your own professional, financial, career oriented life. You might be good to go. So I'm getting the message where Spirit is saying, don't hide your success. Don't dim or put shade on your triumphs or how far you've come because this person is struggling in that department. This person is not going to judge you or be angry with you or be jealous. It's if anything, I think it would be a motivator. Like, I want to match pile three's energy. And I think that could be something that you needed to hear, like, don't dim your light. Shine as bright as you can, guys, because you're a bright star. We got transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Spirit is saying you might be going through a lot of your own changes and transformations when it comes to energy. A lot of things could be changing with this connection in particular as well. She's kind of giving like the Queen of Pentacles vibe. She just feels very powerful, this image. And again, the Queen of Pentacles, they are in their divine. They are in their own sovereignty, their own power, professionally and other areas of life as well, that you could be focusing on transforming maybe. Let's get one more, Spirit, and then we're gonna. Oh, what is this? Soul family. Call in your tribe. You do not have to do it alone. Soul family could look. It come in many different forms, guys. You'd be surprised who comes into your life. And now this could be spiritual soul family, in the heavens, your spirit team. It could also be friends, family, coworkers, that random stranger you come across that made you smile, that shifted your energy at the supermarket. Who says supermarket nowadays? I don't know, but apparently I do. The point is, I feel as though you might be attracting your soul family, and that could be something that's changing and evolving within you, is your spiritual evolution. And we're getting leap at the bottom of the deck, which gives the energy of the Fool. Leaping. You go first, the universe will catch you. So whatever that means for you guys, but I think a lot of this energy I'm getting right now is, don't hide yourself to not hurt someone else that's going through a hard time. You know what I mean? And I don't think this person wants you to dim your own light. I would say maybe not hyper focus on this person. I don't think you are, but some of you, if you are, the reason this person is no contact off and on is because they need to focus. They need to figure out their life, their professional world, their career. And that could be very challenging. So Spirit might be saying, take risks in your own world. And even it could be a message of, if this person comes back in, if this person makes an effort or starts to make that effort, they might even be very vocal about it. Like, listen, I like you, but I need to figure things out right now professionally. And I'm not able to be consistent with you right now. That's up to you if you want to leap in that direction anyway. This person sure hopes you do, though. I will say that. All right, guys, this is where we're going to leave your reading. I hope this made sense. I hope it gave you some clarity, or whatever it is that you are looking for. I hope it answered anything that you needed from this person, and let me know if it resonated, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys.